In today's episode, episode 9 of the Let's Play series, we are going to be building up some ridiculous things. To start off the episode, we're going to be building up a slime farm that's 5 layers and took me almost 2.5 hours to dig out. Next up, we're going to be building the interior of the town hall. We're also going to be working with villagers and fixing the villager breeder we built up last episode. Next up, we're going to build a barn house to hold all our farming villagers, and this thing is great. Absolutely stuffed to the maximum with 12 villagers inside of it. Next up, we are going to be building the most OP sugarcane farm. And yeah, I know this thing's small, but it produces some insane rates. To finish off the episode, we're going to be working around the village, doing a little bit of pathway work, building up some custom trees, and making our place look pretty. So come join me through this journey of episode 9, where we get so much done. Welcome back everyone to the Let's Play world. I hope you liked the intro there. I'm just standing right in front of the iron farm we built in the last episode, and honestly, it's having a little bit of issues, as you can see right there. But besides that, we are getting so much iron. Check this out, guys. We have almost a full single chest right here. But that's not what we're really after. We're after these poppies because I can turn that into bone meal. And I mean, who doesn't love bone meal? Something I did want to show you guys real quick is last episode we did the interior to the town hall, or at least kind of. But to be totally honest, I felt that it was a little rushed and I really did not love how it turned out. It just really looked unfinished and did not fit the building itself. More so, it didn't even look like an interior. More of just a bunch of blocks thrown together. So if we come through the front door, we have this little front area right here. Not much going on. We got a little roundabout table right here with a crafting table, because you need crafting tables in your life. And then also I did this part up here just kind of to look down from the second floor. Moving on, we have the kitchen. I absolutely love how this thing turned out, and I did go online and watch a few YouTube videos on how to do interiors because yeah, you just kind of need to learn things every once in a while. And I think my favorite part is the campfires underneath the smokers. Really makes this room come alive. Moving on, we have this little hallway right here. There isn't much going on in here besides a few bookshelves. This is just to get us to the other rooms. In here, we have our chest room. There's a bunch of chests shoved in here. I don't love how it looks, but it doesn't matter. It's a chest room. I'm just happy I kind of went with a little pattern to really change things up. Now, if we come in the tower, the brick, dirt, and granite tower, we have a nice spiral staircase going up the center of it that takes us to the second floor. Up here, we have a few armor stands, which I want to fill up with some of our armors from the beginning of this world. We have a lookout going down into our chest room. And then in here is our little room. And when I mean little, I mean little. It's a little 3x3. We got a nice little balcony overlooking this amazing mountain. And this mountain is like the whole reason I built in this area. But moving on, if we go a little bit further up the tower, it'll bring us to a ladder right here. This room isn't totally finished. I just threw some leaves and some logs and ladders to make it look like it's unfinished, because the plan with this is going to be our enchantment room. But currently, I don't have the sugarcane to make the bookshelves. Something really important that I did learn while watching the interior videos is to double thick your walls like this. So right here is the outside wall, and that's what we see when we're looking from the outside. It's all oak. But by double thicking it, I was able to do a wallpaper-like texture and make it look different from the outside of the build. So here I used some calcite and some diorite, and I kind of continued the look through the whole build, and I absolutely love how it looks. And it's definitely going to be something I start doing in all of my interiors in the future. The only thing is you got to make sure the building is big enough to be able to do it, because if it's not a very big building and you try to double thick them, you're going to end up with absolutely no room on the inside of your build. Before we jump into today's episode and go full throttle, I need to get some food made because we are down to our last 2 steak, and that is not enough to get an entire episode made. I'll likely starve to death. Well, that's if I don't get suffocated by all these cows. Thank you guys for all the meat, but I gotta hit the hay before all the mobs start spawning. Well, I think we can all agree that did not go as planned. And of course, the whole stack of steak that I just made is now missing. Like, I swear, it just disappeared out of thin air. Like, really? How does that happen? Why? Why are iron golems so powerful? Well, I guess they are supposed to protect villages. Well, I mean, there is 16 steak in here, but I don't think that's enough. We got some mutton, we got a bunch of apples, but I'm saving those guys. Ooh, we could go crazy and eat glowberries this episode. Might as well just go with sweet berries at that point. All right, well, whatever. Lesson learned. So now that we got some food, well, some steak and bread, wishing it was just steak, but that's not the point. The plan is for today's episode, at least at the beginning, is I want to build up a slime farm. I absolutely hate getting coal with the new update because I don't want to mine at Y95. I want to go all the way down to Y-64 and mine those diamonds. But the problem is no coal spawns down there. So if we can build a slime farm and then use the bamboo that we already have, we can make an infinite source of smelting material. I'm pretty sure there's a slime chunk right around here. I've had slime spawn down in the caves before. I might do some looking on chunk loader, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do that because it's gonna make my life a whole lot easier. In last episode, I wasted a bunch of time on that iron farm, and I'm not trying to do that with today's episode. Oh my gosh, and the cow is still on top of the tree. How is that guy still there? I would think by now he maybe would have fallen off or despawned, but nope. Never mind. All right, well, I'm gonna get a few blocks together for this slime farm. Should be pretty easy to make. These things are very, very easy. Not redstone heavy, which I'm happy about because I don't love redstone. Even though it gives us the great things like auto pumpkin farms and even auto bamboo farms, it's kind of a pain to learn how to use. So I got all the blocks together that we're gonna need. And for those of you guys who know, this is chunk borders, and this is the chunk that the slime are gonna spawn in. Now this is a double chunk. This one will spawn slime and this one will spawn slime too. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with one chunk, and if I need higher rates, then I'll expand to that side too. But with that being said, let's kick this off into the first time lapse of the episode. Now, would that have been a whole lot quicker to dig 5 layers of this with a haste beacon? Yeah, definitely. But I wanted to get this done. And honestly, if we really want to, we can expand to the chunk over, which is also a slime chunk, and we can double the rates of this farm. I just really wanted to get some slime balls rocking because I do want to build an auto bamboo farm with the whole flying machine concept. And also, I was running out of cobblestone and some other building blocks, and in here, we have almost a full chest right here, or a full double chest, and then about half a double chest right here. Obviously, the farm is not very pretty. It just gets the job done. I didn't do any decorating on the inside of this thing. Typically I would, which I might still do, but for now I'm just gonna leave it because that took me like 2.5 hours just to dig this out. But now it's time for the long, treacherous journey up this 150 block long ladder. All right, buddy, just follow me to the pen. So we have no sheep in our pen, and this guy just happened to spawn right next to our village, so I'm just bringing him over. It's only one, so we'll probably need to go get another one, or we definitely will, and I'm gonna have to do something that I really don't wanna do, but I'm sorry, buddy. You can't kill any more of my sheep. All right, now where'd he go? Okay, there he is. All right, just follow me. We're right at the gate. You just need to come through here. If I can get through it first, there we go. And let's close this behind you. So to protect these guys a little bit more, I'm bringing the fence 1 block higher. So now it's 2 blocks because I'm pretty sure wolves can't jump over that. All right, well, that should do it. You guys let me know in the comments if wolves can jump over that, but I'm pretty sure they can't because that would be a little bit too OP. But who knows? Mojang does some interesting things sometimes, like giving iron golems the power to destroy an entire world. Next up on the agenda for today's episode is I need to fix our villager breeder. If we come down here, this thing is an absolute nightmare right now. I pretty much broke the entire thing and I need to get rid of all these villagers without punching them. So I know this is inhumane, but it's what I gotta do. All right, well, you guys didn't see anything. Oh, let's get that out. Yeah, you guys saw nothing. So I got the little chamber closed off right here, so no villagers should be able to get through. So let's get to work. First off, I need to clean up all these rails from last episode and kind of get this place dug out so we have plenty of room to work with. All right, so far, this is what I got going. It's a little bit cleaner in here and this part actually works now. I had to go online and look at Logical Geek Boy's design for this rail because I could not figure it out for the life of me. Ooh, and look at that, we have a baby villager in there. So what I wanna do is get some water placed in right there and then let's close that off. And then I need to figure out how to actually get rid of the blocks up there. Just do something a little bit like this. And now the farm is back to normal. But my OCD is set off from that cobblestone, so let's fix that. Let's just wrap this around the outer edge just to make it a little bit symmetrical. All right, so here's the big test. If we hit this button, a minecart should come out and pick up one of those baby villagers. please do that. Okay, perfect. It is working. And we'll just leave this guy here for now. And now I can also get rid of this little tunnel up here with all the power rails because we're gonna have the villagers exit in a different spot so it doesn't mess up the front of the town hall. Or the back. I don't know. Which one is the front? Wow, we are really, really close. Did someone say personal space? All right, so let's get rid of all this cobblestone at the top. Let's also fill in this tunnel so no mobs can spawn in here. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna dig this out a few more blocks because we have the room, and then we can do all of our villager curing down here. And with the little curing area all finished up, this is what it looks like. So I just kind of got a zigzag pattern with some rails and powered rails going back and forth. So the villager will come here, go on to that one, and if that one's full, then all we have to do is hit this lever right there, and then it will move them to this one over here. Now, the last thing I need to get figured out is where I'm gonna put this zombie. For those of you guys who don't know, if you have a zombie, turn a villager into a zombie villager, and then you cure him back, you get insanely low trade cost. And so that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is put the zombie right there on a piston, and then when a villager's right here, we can lift the piston up, it can hit the zombie, and then move them on throughout the track system. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go with that one. But sadly, I did lose my librarian villager that I had fully upgraded and had name tags with, so we're gonna have to restart that process all over again. So first things first, we need to get a bunch of farming villagers. So all we should have to do is place something right there, and yep, look at that. Now I'm gonna get another villager so you guys will actually see how this whole thing works. So we hit that button right there. Sadly, they're all baby villagers, but it works for now. So we'll send this guy through here, and all the way to the end he goes. And now all we have to do is hit that lever right there, and the next villager will go to this one. But we're gonna have to wait for these guys to grow up. And it should actually work that if I stand far enough back, I should be able to get a splash potion of weakness to hit all 3 of these guys. I'll just have to throw it right at that button right there. And there's also 3 on this side, so we'll be able to do 6 at a time, which is probably more than we'll ever need. Well, I've been messing with these villagers for quite a long time now, as you guys can tell. And I also got a zombie put in place with a diamond sword and a diamond helmet on. And his name is Larry. But that's not what I wanted to show you guys. What I wanted to show you guys is right here, we have a mending librarian villager. That is absolutely huge. And to be honest, it took me no time at all to get this guy. I wasn't even going for a mending librarian villager. I was just going for something in general, maybe some sharpness 4 or efficiency 4, but we got mending. So let's secure a trade with this guy real quick, and we got our first mending book. And honestly, we have enough emeralds to get another, so I went for 2. Let's craft up a bunch of golden apples. We got 6 right there, which is the exact amount we need. And then grab these weakness potions. Now all we need to do here is hit each of these guys with a weakness potion like that. Let's see if that got him. Did it get him? No, it did not get that guy. Did it get this guy? Ooh, that did not work out as well as I thought it was going to. Throw those like that. Did it hit this guy? It did hit this guy. We got that one going. We got that one going. We got that one going, but we do not have this guy going right here. And whatever. We got a mending villager, guys. Pretty shortly after I got all the villagers cured up and ready to go, I wanted to start building something. And this building is going to hold all of our farming villagers that we're going to be trading with. I've never really loved the idea of just having a trading hall with all the villagers stuffed in there. I kind of like the idea of having different villagers in different buildings because it makes us have to walk around the village. So starting off, I wanted to go with something with a little bit of a different look, but not too far off of what we've been building because I don't want it to stand out like a sore thumb. I mean, after all, it is just to hold our farming villagers. So I decided to go pretty heavy on the spruce logs and spruce planks with this one, and then for the roof I'm going to do deep slate with some oak. I decided to make part of the roof a little bit taller than the rest of it because then we can have a second floor if we need to hold any items like melons and pumpkins and all the different crops that we're going to use to trade with these guys. My plan is to have all the villagers in a basement style area, and then up above is just going to be a cool little area to walk in and have a good entrance. So I got this building all finished up last night, and then this morning I went around and detailed the thing out. I added 2 silos off the back. I added a chimney because we always need chimneys on our builds. Went around with some bone meal, added a little pond, and it's looking spectacular. Now, if you guys watch Fwip, these silos will look very, very familiar to you. I actually borrowed his design just because the silo over there looks nothing like a silo, and I cannot build roofs for towers for the life of me. I managed to build these ones, but it took a lot of time and a lot of Googling to figure out how to make them. In my mind, it's not a big deal if you use someone's design as long as you don't take credit for it and you give them credit for their design. Another thing I got finished up is the interior. If we walk in through the front here, there isn't much going on upstairs. Still got a little more to do, but if we actually walk down to this side of the building, there's a nice spiral staircase that brings us into the basement. Now in here is where all of our farming villagers are going to be held. Each one is going to be back in this little groove, and then we're going to place the composter in front of it so they can't escape. We're going to be able to hold 12 farming villagers in here, which is plenty enough. I was just aiming for like 9 or 10, and we hit 12. Besides that, I really like how the bottom down here looks. I do want to add some leaves just for greenery. Oh, and it looks like I missed the block. Luckily, I still got some calcite on me, so let's break that and replace it. Another thing I really like is this look down into the basement where the villagers are going to be held. I've started doing these, and I did it in the town hall over there in 2 different areas, and I just love the way it looks. Also, if we want quick access, you just kind of jump down like that. Besides that though, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. And if you guys think the same, let me know in the comments down below. And also, I almost forgot to say it, thank you guys so much for all the love and support on my channel. If you're not subscribed, maybe hit that subscribe button or even leave a like on this video. Really help me out with those YouTube algorithms. You know what I'm saying? But back to the episode. Now the next thing we need to do is transfer the villagers from the villager breeder to the farming building. It shouldn't be too hard compared to the iron farm, but who knows? Villagers are kind of a pain to deal with. But let's get started with it. Actually, you know what? I just realized before we get the villagers over there, I should probably start trading with them a little bit to make sure they're villagers I actually want to use. And probably get them cured by the zombie, because that's why this guy's here. So I got all the villagers cured, and I also got the minecart rail all hooked up to the house over there, which you guys just saw. So I think it means we can send our first villager down this railway. So here it goes. All right, well, I just got the second batch of villagers all cured up, and these guys' trades should be pretty good, which they are. And of course, it's nighttime. All right, let's go try and sleep real quick. Ooh, would you look at that? The zombies are already interested in the villagers in here. Ooh, we got a baby zombie right here. These guys are terrible. They come up out of nowhere. All right, I think that's all the zombies dealt with in the general vicinity. Now we just got to make sure no more are around, because the last thing I want is for that creeper to explode and our zombies to become zombie villagers again. Because these are my last 2 golden apples. Not just golden apples, but gold in general. I have like maybe 5 golden nuggets to my name. We either might be taking a trip to the mesa to go get some gold, or even into the nether to get some gold next episode. Or maybe we go on the roof of the nether and build a gold farm. Would you check this out, guys? We now have 12 villagers that are all farmer villagers and have all been cured. So we have great trades with almost every single one of them. Not almost, everyone actually. It's definitely a lot of work to do what we just did, but you know what? It is totally worth it in the long run. And now we can get rid of this rail. Thank gosh Mojang made it so rails are quick to mine, because it would really suck if it took as long as it did with Deep Slate. And it's also so satisfying. And just like that, the land is back to normal. Out of all the places to stand, why go to the edge, buddy? This guy has gotten so close to falling off, but we'll just let him be for now. So next up on the agenda for today's episode is I want to build up a sugarcane farm. I was planning on doing a bamboo farm first, but I think I want to do sugarcane just because it's a little more useful. We need the sugarcane for sugar, which we use for potions, and then we're also going to need the sugarcane for paper, which we're definitely going to need next episode, because I'm planning on getting some librarian villagers. Well, at least more than we already have. Building this is going to be kind of a crunch because I have no more gold on me. I only have 27 power rails rails, so I gotta make that work, and it's not gonna be a super big farm, but it will get the job done. And honestly, I don't want it to be too big anyways, because in one of my last worlds, I made a really, really big one, and it kind of just sticks out a lot in the village. So, time to go gather up some blocks. All right, so I got all the blocks together that we're gonna need to build this relatively small automatic sugarcane farm. I think what we're gonna do is tuck it right back into this little area, and then maybe sink it down 1 or 2 blocks, just so it's not visible from every point of the village. My thought is to also keep it pretty close to the slime farm, so if we want to AFK, we can also AFK at the slime farm and have the sugarcane farm running at the same time. But let's kick this off into a time lapse as I build up our sugarcane farm. And just like that, we have an automatic sugarcane farm. It definitely took me a few tries to figure out the flying machine, but I think I got it down. So if we hit this lever, it should shoot across, and I don't want it to keep going back and forth, and man, that is loud. So I just turn that lever back on, and what it does is it lifts the trapdoor and powers it, so it can't flap up and down, and it should stop the whole machine. I finished it up pretty late last night, and I let it run overnight because I needed the slime balls, and I also needed the sugarcane, because why not? And check this out, guys. We almost filled up an entire double chest. This thing works way better than I expected it to. But I did notice something that is not very good. So what I realized is that I play on hard mode. Hard mode, zombies can break doors. And if you look over there, the door is broken. So I did a little bit of investigating and jumped down here and check this out, guys. A few of our villagers have been turned back into zombie villagers. Now, of course, we only have 2 golden apples, and there's 3 zombie villagers. So I think what I'm gonna do is turn these 2 guys back into normal villagers, and I'll just leave this one for now. He has a shovel in his hand, so I'm pretty sure he won't despawn. But let's go sleep real quick. Oh boy, I forgot to turn off the villager breeder. There is well over 30 or 40 villagers in there. Whoops. Well, I guess we have plenty of villagers for next episode and the following episode and all the episodes after that. So I got our 2 golden apples and our potion of weakness, so let's throw it right there, and then hit both of these guys. Sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to wait till next episode. And also, I'm gonna replace all of these doors with iron doors. All right, so something like this should get the job done for now, and then we can hit the button right there. And I guess this is messing with all the trapdoors, but whatever. We're gonna leave it for the time being. I don't have much time left to shoot this episode, so I really don't wanna waste it on that door. And to finish off the episode, I think we should do a little bit of busy work around the village just to kind of clean things up. I have a lot of pathways like this one where it just kind of comes to an end and the nearest pathway is across this grass patch, which I don't like. So with that being said, let's jump into the final time lapse of today's episode. And let's turn on the shaders. I am so happy with how this tree turned out. I tried to build this thing to look like it was almost falling over a little bit, and also to have it go over the pathway to add a little bit of shade. And to be honest, it turned out perfect in my mind. I also extended out the pathways as you guys saw, and also added a tree right here, just because we needed something in the skyline going this direction. But with that being said, guys, we got so much done in today's episode. Started off the episode with digging out a slime chunk, then moved over to the villagers and also built up a house to hold those villagers. And then I learned you can't put wooden doors on a building that holds villagers when you're playing in hard mode, or else your villagers are just going to turn into zombie villagers. And then to finish off the episode, we built up this OP automatic sugarcane farm and did a little bit of road work. With that being said though, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey through episode 9. We got so much work done, but sadly I am going to have to call it here for the episode as I am out of recording time. So thank you guys for all the support, and I will be seeing you guys in the next episode.